Hello and welcome back to this makeup space that I have created for myself and you guys. Basically, I'm a certified makeup artist, I'm a makeup hobbyist, I'm a makeup collector, I'm a makeup addict. I pretty much just love everything to do with makeup and what you can do and how you can basically make it suit your needs. So in addition to, showing you, reviews and some fun things, and, I'm also in my videos, I throw in tips and tricks on essentially, how to make your makeup application better or more efficient or whatnot. And since I am a certified makeup artist, I have been trained in these techniques, and I would like to share them with you guys. So today, I'm actually, the look that you see is, soft glam, quote, soft glam. So we're going to walk through this look, and as far as different variations of this look, and what you need to create this look as far as the definition and the theory of what this entails. So if you like this content, like the other content that I produce, please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and make sure you ring the bell so you're notified of other future content that I release. I do release content on every Tuesday and Thursday, and sometimes on Sundays. So guaranteed 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week, but it's always guaranteed Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or same as 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's what you have to look forward to. I'm relatively new to YouTube, so you might see, different lighting situations and, cameras and whatnot as the videos progress, and that's just me sort of narrowing down my preferences and best case filming scenarios. So with that in mind, if you would want to see how I create this look and sort of get some tips and tricks along the way, stay tuned. I'm going to come back with a clean face, prepped and ready to go to start this sort of tutorial. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, so we're moderately zoomed in, and as I said a little bit ago, we are going to be creating a soft glam entire face look. So I have my skincare done, but I am going to throw on a little bit of primer, and then I'm going to start in with my eyes. So the primer that I'm using is the Yensa Tone Up Essential Glow Primer. It's actually a very light color correcting primer. It just helps to even out a bit of the imperfections, as far as like redness or anything like that. And this will be good to go once I'm done with my eyes. So if there is any fallout, I can just wipe that away and not be too worried about it. And then as far as the primer goes, it's generally best to just use your hands and work it into your skin. That way, your body heat sort of melts the product into your skin. This isn't necessarily like a pore filling primer or anything like that. Alright, so now that that is on, I'm also going to throw on, I'm going to throw on a little bit of eye primer, and this is actually from OMFG Cosmetics. It is sort of just a clear, just a clear tacky base that's going to give something for the eyeshadow to stick to. For more colorful looks, I'll actually use a tinted eye primer, such as like the Urban Decay Eye Potion, I think it is, or like I really recently like the ABH eye primer that they came out with. Okay, so now that our face is primed and my eyes are primed, I'm going to start going in to create the eye look. And with Soft Glam, it's basically just what it sounds like. It's a not as amplified glam look. So with the face, it's going to be just very almost natural, lightly, you know, sculpted, but pretty natural appearing with the face. And then the eyes are just almost going to be like an amped up, almost like a natural, like bridal look, but a little bit more less innocent, maybe. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but you're going to see it. So the palette that I'm going to use today is the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1. And it's got pretty much, you can create any sort of neutral look with this palette. Be the most light, subtle look, or the most intense, you know, crazy smoky eye, whatever you want to create. So I'm going to go in with a bigger fluffy brush and the shade Soothe, which is this just really light sort of brown. I'm just going to run that through the crease area. And if you're not sure where that is on you, literally just sort of let the brush follow the structure of your eye socket, and that's where your your crease is naturally. Some people with hooded eyes, you can sort of exaggerate the crease and, you know, make the eyes look more open and give it some more lid space. But, you know, that's a whole nother process. So I'm just blending that out through the crease. And then I'm going to go in with a sort of more denser brush. I'm going to go into Ritual, which is a deeper brown, and I'm just going to deepen up the little bit more into the crease and blend that into what we already put down. And this is just giving a nice definition without making anything too defined. I'm just going to run this from the outside corner being the deepest and sort of just drag it on the lash line. And then just make sure everything is soft and blended. It's even a good, you can use your fingers to help blend things out even more, because your body heat and the natural oils will help with that immensely, rather than just relying on a brush. It's actually a, you know, your hands and stuff are a very important tool that a lot of people just don't think about. Okay, so you kind of see what I have there. I'm going to go back in with the bigger, fluffier brush, and I'm just going to take that lighter shade again, and I'm just going to buff around the edge of what I just did. So now you see everything is just very blended and sort of just subtle. I'm going to go in now with the shade Aura, the matte version, which is just a very light cream color. I'm just going to brighten up the inner part of, in the middle part of the lid and the inner corner as well. Just, it opens up the eye, and so there is essentially a very basic shadow situation. I'm going to take a flat sort of stamping brush, and I'm going to go in with a the dark brown Ritual, and I'm just going to stamp along the lash line almost as a tight line liner. I'm not going to go in with any heavy liquid or cream or gel eyeliner or anything, because I want this to be very soft in general. So I'm going to take what I'm stamping on and just sort of blend it in with the outer corner, so there's really no end and no beginning to the color that I'm putting down, and it's just a very blended, very uniform, like it just sort of melts into one another. You can put a little, if you wanted to, you could put a little bit of a shimmer to amp it up over top of the light color that you put down. It sort of just gives a little bit more of a pop of color. Not really color, just a little bit more of a pop. It's not even like a crazy accent or anything. So, I mean, that's essentially what you're looking for as far as like a true soft glam, because it's really just sort of sculpting what, you know, accentuating your eyes without overdoing them. So, and if you wanted, you can even go in with a black powder liner and go right along the lash line as well, and sort of fade that into a brown liner. And it's just gonna define your eyes a little bit more. Than what you did with the brown. So then I'm going to take this same brush and I'm going to put the brown color, the Ritual, and I'm going to stamp it underneath my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take the Soothe. All of these are matte except for the shimmer that I put, the Aura. So I'm going to take Soothe and put that right up to the inner corner, sort of blend it in with Ritual. And I'm going to take a little bit of the black, just in the outer corner, and I'm going to take a more dense brush, even more than this is the JS13, and I'm basically no product on it, and I'm just going to run it underneath where I put the shadow to make sure everything is nice and blended and sort of just continuous into one another. So if you want, you can take a little bit more of the Aura with the shimmer version, and you can put that on the inside inner corner of the eye, blend it in with surrounding shadows to just add a little bit more of a highlight. And then you can also take that color and put it on the brow bone and sort of blend it out so it highlights that area, and it's just a really nice look. So that's basically, and then like you see I have a little bit of fallout. I'm just gonna clean that up with a makeup wipe very lightly, and then I'll do that after I go off camera and finish this eye, and then I will come back and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with my face. So hold tight and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I have the other eye done, obviously minus, you know, mascara and lashes and whatnot, but I will do that at the end to show you how it pulls everything together. So next, what I'm going to do is my face. So the foundation that I'm going to use, this is literally just drugstore. This is the WetnWild Photofocus Dewy foundation. I am really liking this. It's very, to me, it is a cheaper, as far as a drugstore dupe, it is a cheaper version of the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear. And then as far as, and everybody knows that the L'Oreal is pretty much a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I don't super long wear foundation, so I don't know what the wear difference necessarily is, but I can tell you that the way it looks is nearly identical to the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear. And I haven't been able to stop using this foundation since I tried it out, I'm gonna say last week. I did a review on it. I'll link it in the description box. So next, I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer, and this you'll see is different from a lot of the other, you know, Instagrammers, YouTubers, whatever. That looks like. I'm gonna go in with a tiny bit of powder, and this is sort of my tried and true. This is the Jeffree Star just translucent setting powder. Sorry. Next, I'm going to use a little bit of bronzing. This is the Tarte Clay Play Eye and Cheek palette. I'm gonna add just a little bit of warmth back to my face. Then I'm going to do a little bit on the nose, and what I like to do is I like to drag it from the inner corner of the eye socket, because I'm actually wanting to sort of elongate my nose, so bringing sort of the bridge of my nose in from my eye socket and then dragging a line down along the sides will give that sort of effect, but it also makes it more believable if you blend it in with your crease of your eye. Even if you're doing a super colorful look, there's ways of doing that, and it has a nice natural flow to it, as opposed to just doing 2 lines down the side of the nose, which it really just depends on your face shape and what you're trying to accomplish with sort of the sculpting, as far as what you end up doing with it. But at the same time, you don't want it to be harsh or anything. You want it to be just looks like it naturally just falls on your face that way. So next, what I would do is I'm going to go in with a highlighter. This is the OMFG Cosmetics highlighter in Trophy Husband. Probably one of my all-time favorite. I use this in, like, I'm going to say 90% of the looks that I create. So I'm going to hit the top of my cheekbone and sort of just drag it around my eye socket area, because I don't have brows. I could draw them on, but it's not really my thing as far as aesthetics. There's a reason I shaved them off. So so this particular highlighter just gives you more of a sort of just glow. There's like super microfine glitter in it, but it doesn't translate that way. It literally just translates as sort of like a wet sheen, like a natural sort of glow. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, a little bit sort of on in the like bridge area, little tiny bit across my forehead, little tiny bit on my chin. Pretty much just where the light would naturally sort of bounce off of my face is where I'm putting the product. So ultimately, that's pretty much what I do to my face, other than I will throw a setting spray on, and then I'm going to finish off my eyes, throw a couple things on my lips, and then I will be back. So the setting spray that I'm obsessed with, maybe not even a setting spray, but it works and I love it, is the Pixi Glow Mist. It smells really good. Doesn't taste bad when you end up getting it in your mouth, which I just did. So there's that. And it just gives a really nice finish to the skin. Melts, you know, all the powders in with, you know, your foundation and everything else that you put on. So give me a couple minutes. Gonna throw some mascara and some lashes on and a little bit of color on my lips, and we'll be back to discuss the final situation. Okay, and I'm back, and this is the completed look. The lashes that I put on are very sort of subtle. They just add a little bit of extra volume, but it's not crazy length or anything, or like crazy wispiness or volume. They're actually the style Hearts in my lash collab with OMFG Cosmetics. So you can get that on their website, link in the description. You can also use code Amanda MUA for 15% off the entire site. So as you can see, everything is pretty much like natural, sort of subdued. The eyes aren't crazy dramatic. They're just defined, and you can even go like a lesser version of this would be a very like bridal look. You know, obviously depending on, you know, what the specific bride wants. Sometimes, you know, they want a little more sort of sultry with their like natural, which would be what this is. So and as far as the lips go, I literally just lined my lips, filled them in very lightly around the edges with this is the Tarteist Amazonian clay lip liner in Baked. I only remember that because the label's pretty much worn off because I use this so often. And then I topped it off with the iconic London lip plumping gloss in Nearly Nude. So it just creates this very sort of nude, soft glam, everything. Everything's, you know, smooth and, you know, blended out, and, you know, nothing crazy harsh, which is sort of the key to achieving that sort of look. So if you like this video or like other things that I produce, I do a lot of things, but particularly if I can talk, if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, and also like this video. And if there's, you know, any thoughts going through your head, anything that you know, want to say or ask or anything of that nature, leave it down below in the comments and I will be sure to get back to you. And I think that's pretty much it. So I think, you know, that wraps up the video, and I will talk to you all next time. Thank you.